corner, coming out of Canada, we have Fyrjefe playing as a Protoss purple player. And the top right is the light blue Zerg from Norway. We have FinalFury. I should probably apply to get the job of the guy at the UFC. But anyway, so we have a little bit of banter. All skill, all glory, even in defeat. Actually, I hope he watches the VOD of his first game, so he can pick up a few, he can learn a few things, but even in defeat we GG. I actually appreciate that. I feel like GG is really important in StarCraft. Despite like whatever happens, if you feel like you've been cheated, like you've been beat by a cheap strategy, or if you feel like because the other guy manu-muled or danced, he doesn't deserve a GG. I think that's just like you're just not helping yourself by not GGing, because you're just being stubborn on something that you shouldn't. And yeah, that's my opinion. Anyway, but yeah, FinalFury going for another hatch first, and for Fyrjefe going for another gate expand. Alright, so the hatchery is going down. Whoops, I didn't want to cut the music. So, FinalFury, will he go for another spawning pool, or will he go for 3 hatch before pool? That is what we will find out. Where's the second Panda? Oh, Fyrjefe messing up his build order a little bit. Having a late second Panda. Oh, actually, he just made an early Zealot. And that early Zealot will be rallied for reals. Oh, I think he's gonna put pressure or 4-gate or something. Do something aggressive. Actually, I think his gate was done before 13, maybe? That's interesting. So the Mothership Core and the Zealot being made. FinalFury going for the gas again. Despite, well, he's scouted now, but he added the gas much earlier before he saw that Fyrjefe wasn't going for Forge Expand, so must really like his speedling. Stalker being made, Mothership Core being made, it kind of feels like Fyrjefe wants to put a little bit of pressure. And it shows FinalFury going for 8lings right now. Not too many drones, but still droning up a little. And with the Stalker coming out, I mean 8lings, as long as the 2 queens don't get too nasty, the Mothership Core and the Zealot should do well. So another Stalker being made, and Fyrjefe droning back up to supply block for the second Stalker for a little bit. But he's definitely going to put pressure, and how weird. In the meantime, we have, they're sort of like running past each other. So we have a Stalker at home for defense, and he's running back with his Zealot and his Mothership Core. FinalFury getting blocked, so he has to do the extractor trick to get one more supply. So Stalker being made and being chronoed, and then nothing being chronoed after. If you ask me, that's a tragedy. He's trying his best to micro the Stalker, the second Stalker not moving, the first Stalker on the run, a few probes chasing, and if he should save the Stalker comfortably. If I were FinalFury, oh what? I was gonna say if I were FinalFury, I would just go for a probe because getting the Stalker is hopeless. But Fyrjefe getting a little bit. Oh, Fyrjefe was actually attacking in the natural at the same time. And he killed, I think, a drone or 2. And he killed the queen. And killing the queen is actually pretty huge. Now, the only problem that FinalFury, or Fyrjefe has is to defend the natural. And we can see that, you know, 16lings on the way, 1 Stalker to defend it all. Second unit coming out is a Zealot. A recall being made on the Mothership Core. But I think at this point he would have needed Photon Overcharge more so than anything else. Warp Gear research far from being done, so he's got a Stalker, a Mothership, and a Zealot to defend 16lings. FinalFury not making any more links, just droning up behind this, and he will just take down this hatchery. On the bright side, he's not, the Fyrjefe is not too far behind the workers, but now that he loses some, this is really hard to recover from as a Protoss. Those situations really frustrates me actually. When I get in a sloppy ladder game like this, I get furious because it's sort of like a waste of time. You don't usually play these situations too often. I really wish he would have added the Nexus first, but maybe he is worried of a second attack, which, you know, as the observer I see that there is not. So now there's a few things to talk about. Now, FinalFury got a great lead in terms of worker, you know, 30 to 19, and he's drawn up comfortably behind the spine, and he's even done a little cushion of links to have map control, to be able to deny a third, a probe scouting, anything. And so now the only thing we have to be on the lookout for is to see if FinalFury wants to play it straight up with a Roach Horn, or if he wants to use his lead and do Swarmos, Mutas, Nidus, Swarmos, Nidus, Hydras, even. That would be the most unlikely scenario, but those are little things he could do to just get a win in a fancy way. But playing straight up, if you're playing versus someone that has really good force fields, sometimes can, Protoss can still manage to come back, and then you'll just have all your Zerg brothers complaining about Protoss. But so those were options to FinalFury. It seems he wants to just take the normal one with double Evo chambers and the Roach Horn. So we have the Stargate being built right now, halfway done. Shout out to Guy Lafar for subscribing, really appreciate it, buddy. So we have the Stargate being added, the Forge being added. I think Fyrjefe wants to take a macro, maybe pump out an Oracle to try to get back into the game. There's not any spores. FinalFury being a little bit afraid, adding 3 spines at the front, and actually going for melee upgrade in Carapace. So maybe we will see a Spire right. Whoa, I take that back. Oh, and actually he cancels melee upgrade. I thought maybe, you know, you're going for melee, you're going for Ling upgraded style. Maybe you were gonna go with a Spire follow up, and if you look at the gas of FinalFury, you definitely could have done that. Now, since it's not gonna be Mutas, add the the Hydra upgrade that is 150. And we have about 16 Hydras as soon as he has enough minerals, as soon as the drone is probed up. But FinalFury really not taking any chances. 1 Spore, 2 Spine Crawlers. Fyrjefe harassing a little bit with some Zealots. And what's coming out of the Oracle's coming out, but I think that's the first Oracle. Let me use the unit tab. That would be the first Oracle coming out, so it's not too optimistic, you know. If he goes in the main, that would be good for him. If he goes to the third, it would be. I hope he clicked on the Spore. Fyrjefe did. And at this point, you know, you might think like, oh, the Protoss bias. You know, he's always looking at the Protoss. No, I'm just looking for for a way for Fyrjefe to come back, so we can have a better and longer game. You know, I want some 1-hour game from you guys. I think that would be really cool. And Oracle coming in. His vision right now, he didn't see the Spore, and he's kind of sad with the Hydras, with the Oracle. No. I wish he would have turned around and just tried to go into the main. That's one thing too, is like if you're gonna do an Oracle and you have some energy for hallucination, there's nothing wrong in trying to see where the spores are so you can dodge them with your Oracle, because an Oracle is so expensive. And now Fyrjefe sort of spreading himself thin, going for Storm and Void Rays. I feel like if you're going to do Void Rays, 1 Stargate is not enough. And one Void Ray might be okay if they're doing Roach Pressure, but so far all you've seen is a few Hydras at the third. So Fyrjefe trying his best to the best of his knowledge, but he will inevitably meet his fate, which is 70 army supply to 30, in the army value of 3,000 to 1,000. Of course, the gas is about even. But yeah, so we have a few probes with the Void Race. They're chilling. They're chilling like a villain. The Poor's a lot. And the Poor full energy sentry been taken out. Mothership Core was not rebuilt. No, was chilling. Okay, now it's coming. Oh, another sentry. And I think Fyrjefe is trying to save the day with the 2 Templars and Storm because he's very close to it. Mothership Core being taken out. He's getting his +2, 10 Hydras on the way, more drones. FinalFury really playing it safe. Doesn't have the instinct killer. He's probably the kind of guy that sees a mosquito and just be like, okay, I believe in you. Go bite someone else. I'm not gonna kill you now. What? Oh no. Oh no. Fyrjefe actually being really scared. Oh. Fyrjefe being scared, making an Archon, realizing, or maybe he made an Archon on mistake, trying to hallucinate. Actually, I think that's what happened, because he had tried to hallucinate a few Zealot, but it morphed his Archon, which meant he had no Storms left, and then he just tapped out. So, tough game for Fyrjefe. I mean, FinalFury, I think.